Hi DIYers, Sterling with Alarm Grid here. Today we're going to show you how to program a 5802WXT wireless panic transmitter to our Lynx Touch L5200 system. The 5802WXT is a great option for panic protection, and the unit does include quite a few devices, wearable options for this device. This can also be used in a fixed position, meaning you could mount your panic transmitter under a desk, behind a cash register, leave it in your pocket or your purse, and it takes a single button activation to set off a panic alarm. You can see the light lighting up indicates that the button has been pressed. You have your serial number on the back, and very nice design here. Some of the other options they give you for this is you have this little holster that slides in like this, snaps into place, and then you have a clip that you could put this on your belt. Same idea. They give you a nice little rubber wristband where you could lock this into place. So, you know, if you're in a property where you want to wear it and have it accessible easily, you know, let's say it's a hospital environment, old folks home, somewhere where you want to have that accessible on you at all times, this is a nice wearable watch. And then finally, you have your lanyard that you can wear around your neck, and you can use this little thread here, and there's a little metal piece that you can thread this through, loop it around, and then wear this around your neck for easy activation. So they give you all sorts of ways to mount this so that you have an option to trigger a panic very easily with a touch of a button. So the 5802WXT very easily enrolls into the sensors or into the panel. You use from the home screen, security, more, and then tools, and you type in your installer code 4112 and program. Once we're in program, we're in the system programming screen and we can program our zone. If we hit zones, it takes us down to our zones, and if you select through, we have all of our available zones as well as the zones that we've already enrolled. If we go to our next available zone is zone 21, highlighted with the word new, and if we select it and click edit, we can now program our device. The first thing you always want to do when programming a zone is to select the serial number. And because it displays the serial number on this barcode sticker on the back, you could type it in, or what's better is to auto-enroll it. The reason it's better to auto-enroll it is you don't have to type it in, and therefore you can't make any user entry mistakes when you're typing your 7-digit number. More than that, it does a dual action of verifying that the device works. So to press and hold the button, you would activate the sensor. To auto-enroll it, you have to activate it 3 times. So we're going to do one activation, press and hold and release, and it beeps. Now we do press and hold again and release. Oh, didn't like that one. We're going to do that again. Press and hold and release. Now we have our double beep with our serial number and our loop number. Loop number 1 is the proper number on here. That failed activation was because I didn't press and hold long enough. So this is not a press and release activation. This is a press and hold. I'm sorry, it's not a press and release activation. It is a press and hold activation. So we're going to do it a 3rd time. Press and hold till it lights up. Then we let go. And it locks in the serial number with the proper loop number. And now we've enrolled our sensor. We know the sensor works, and we are sure that our serial number matches 0636635. Now we have to tell the system what this sensor is. We normally do door, window, motion for whatever it is, same idea. For a panic, we would choose police, medical, or fire, whichever type of panic alarm we want to activate. In our case, we're going to do police because we want to put this in the bedroom, and if we ever heard something in the middle of the night that gave us pause, we can press and hold the button to activate the full alarm at the panel and send that signal through to the central station so they can send out the proper response. So we have it saying police. We can go ahead and type in panic, and we have panic police. We have it set by default to 24-hour audible. You could make it silent if you didn't want the person in the home. that broke in to know that you activated the alarm, or vice versa, the other option, 24-hour audible. Obviously, you're alerting them to the fact that you've pressed your panic button because the main panel siren will go off. But the idea with that is that you would scare him away. He might not know that you have an alarm system. As soon as you hear him enter the home, you press and hold your button, and you would hear your loud siren, and that hopefully scares the guy away. The next thing is alarm report. This is a toggle option, yes or no. When it's set to yes, any activation from this device will send an alarm to the central station. If we had this set to no, it would sound the local alarm in the home, but it wouldn't send through to the central. So if your system is monitored, you always want to make sure that's set to yes. All right, chime, we do not want that chime because there is no faulting of this device, it's just activating. Whereas a door or a window could open or close in various states, which would be faulted in the disarm state. A panic, there's no chime. And then finally, supervised. We have so far shown you that you always want to make it supervised. However, this is the first device you may want to set to unsupervised. When it's set to supervised, the panel will look for this sensor every 12 hours. If it doesn't get a check-in from this device, it'll throw up a supervision trouble on zone 21. So if we always kept this in the home, we would want to make it supervised so that if there were range issues or detector issues, the panel would alert us to that prior to when we need the device. However, if we leave the house with this because we wear it on our person, or we leave it in our purse, so that, you know, coming and going from the property out to our car, we have an option to still trigger a panic. Then, if we're going to fully leave the property with this device, we want to make it unsupervised. That way, if we're away from the property and we have this unit on us, when it does the 12-hour check-in, we don't want that trouble message on zone 21 because we know we're outside of the house, we know that we have this with us, and therefore we don't need a trouble just when the panel doesn't see this device. So unsupervised is actually a pretty good option for a panic button if and when you know you will be leaving the property with this. So we save it, and we can see zone 21 panic police is now entered in. If we exit to the home screen, we can test the functionality of the device and make sure that our programming is good. If we press and hold the button, we would expect to see the light and we would expect to hear an audible alarm. So let's give it a test. We saw the light. It continues to light.
Disarmed. Not ready to arm. Check zone.
Pressing and holding the detector lit up the light. The alarm went into full alarm mode. It displays the zone that was triggered along with the name of the zone, Panic Police. Central Station knows to send the authorities immediately if we have it set up that way. If we disarm again,
Disarmed. Ready to arm.
we're ready to arm. Everything's good. We put this back in the nightstand, and the next time we need it, we know it's ready to go. So that is how you would program a 5802WXT personal panic button, one-touch panic button, to a Lynx Touch L5200 system. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and we invite you to subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions on your Lynx Touch 5200 or on your 5802WXT, please email us support@alarmgrid.com.